Howdy guys, welcome back to another episode of the KIFCAST. If you've watched so far, thank you so much. I hope you've liked the few episodes we've put out so far. I know Bones and I have been having a really fun time making these videos, chatting, interviewing rad people, and today is a very exciting day because one, it is our first ever KIFCAST interview that we're putting out to the world, and two, because we finally have this guy back from a long 2 years of playing hockey in Sweden. Today's guest is one of our favorite people on earth. He is a Finnish professional hockey goalie, a father, a husband, and a content creating madman. He's one of my favorite humans on this earth and someone I feel very lucky to call one of my best friends. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining the KIFCAST, and please enjoy this episode with Mr. Kasimir Kaskisuo. Today, very special day, our first ever KIFCAST interview / chit chat with Kasimir Kaskisuo. Welcome back to Nashville.
Welcome, baby.
Thank you. This is like my third time I'm the first guest on a podcast.
Dude,
so
hopefully this one meets your standard.
hopefully it's the best one. I'm sure it will.
KIFCAST.
Setup is good. People are good. So
Off to a good start, I hope.
I'm excited.
Off to a good start.
Yes.
I think, do you miss the Nashville traffic? Have you been in any yet since you've been back?
Yeah, for sure. The potholes and the traffic, it's a pretty deadly combo. Don't miss that. But obviously playing in small town Sweden the last couple of years, there's no traffic at all. And then Minnesota is kind of pretty quiet on that front too. But then you come here and you just have to be alert.
Dude, it's chaos.
Yeah,
Absolute chaos.
I know I can control myself driving, but then you're like, I can control anyone else.
Dude,
no
it's
traffic
madness.
in small town Sweden? Out in Leksand? Like, come on. Like, there's got to be a little bit of traffic somewhere.
No, it was like 3 to 5 minutes anywhere. You can get anywhere. You know it. Parking spots everywhere.
Yeah, we were talking about it the other day. What is the population of Leksand?
Oh, that's right.
I think it was like 5,000. And then like the greater community of Leksand was like 12,000. And our games, like there's 7,000, 6,000, 7,000 people every game. So it's a pretty good attendance for the town.
Yeah, right.
That's so nuts. Okay, we got Nashville out of the way. We saw that I know you mentioned one of the big things you want to do while you're here is go check out the Peck statue. Let's dive right into goalie stuff.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like I'm super glad that they put it up so recent, like just a week ago or something.
Yeah,
and
right.
then like we had this trip planned out. So definitely gotta go check it out. Haven't had the chance yet, but we still got a couple days left on the trip, and that was like one of the things I really wanted to do. And obviously got to play with Pex for a little bit, and he deserves all of it. So it's pretty cool that he got the honor and he deserves it. So glad I was able to come here and kind of go check it out.
Wait, have you seen pictures of it yet?
I have, and I'm very glad that it turned out good.
Okay,
I've
same.
seen some bad ones.
I haven't seen it in person yet either, but same. I was like, man, they could absolutely ruin this or actually make it pretty good. And like from the pictures, it seems like they did a really good job.
How big is it? Is it like life size or is it huge?
It's
like
more than
bigger.
life size.
Really?
It's on this pedestal, I think, like a concrete thing, and then it's like up. Yeah.
At Bridgestone?
Yeah, right out front Bridgestone.
Yeah.
Dang, forever. Mans has a statue forever in Nashville. That is insane.
Just immortalized Finnish goalie right
Just a
out in front of
Finnish dude in
Bridgestone.
Nashville
Yeah.
gets a statue.
That is so wild.
Don't worry, yours is next, Kev.
There's a couple more Finnish goalies in front of me that haven't played for the Preds.
You think so?
Before I
Yeah,
get
probably,
one,
probably.
That'd be pretty sweet. Is he back in Finland now? Does anyone know? Do you guys know? Or is he in Nashville full time?
Obviously, he was here for the unveiling, and but yeah, I think like mostly he's in Finland, lives now. So.
That is so sick.
Do you have any like big Pekka stories, like moments that you've had with him, or anything that you like were so excited about meeting him for the first time, or anything?
Obviously, just like following his career.
Yeah.
Having posters of him on my bedroom wall growing up.
That is insane.
Just like hearing how good of a guy he is, and then like I'm here for the training camp and like sitting at like a lunch or breakfast at one of the tables, and Pex is on another table, and I'm just like starstruck, like seeing him on the other table, and like when he's done eating, he walks up, like gets up, walks away, but like stops to say hi to me because he recognized me and is like, hey, like welcome, like in Finnish and everything. So that was pretty like a good start. Like,
Oh, of course.
that's how he is. And
Good kickoff to your Preds.
Yeah,
welcome
just
kind
like
of thing.
I didn't have to go say hi to Pex. Like Pex came say hi to me. Like
That is so wild.
yeah, just a good dude. And like you know, like some of the moments when I was able to bring Fox, my daughter, to the rink, like and like just Pex like holding hands with her and stuff. Like those are like pretty cool moments for sure to look back on.
That is so wild. Do you still have the posters up in your room?
Oh, hold on. I want to know what poster it was. What
What kind of
do you?
poster?
Yeah, like
Hockey
what?
gear.
Well,
Hockey gear.
that's good to know. No, but like, do you remember like what kind of gear he was wearing, or like?
I think it was just like these hockey magazines that always like came up with like either the 2-page poster, or
yeah,
then
yeah.
just the one, and I would like cut all the goalies out of them and put it in the wall.
Oh, dude, I love that.
There were probably like
So
2 or 3
sick.
pictures of Pex and one time on the wall. So
That's insane. That's so.
Absolute
Do you have
legend.
any of those? Like, obviously, probably not in your bedroom while you're married and with kids and stuff now. But do you have any of that memorabilia, like in your office or hockey room or anything like that, like from when you were a kid?
I think the posters like rotated a lot, so I've probably like had to throw a bunch away. I mean, I haven't been to Finland, lived in Finland for 10 years now. I know my mom probably has a little stash of some stuff, but I think it's mostly just my stuff now.
Yeah.
So obviously moved into our new house in Minnesota a year ago, but right now it's mostly just my jerseys from the Leafs and the Preds and All-Star Game and old goalie masks. So it's already a lot with that stuff. So there's not much room for the other stuff. But I do have another goalie's jersey that's signed, and it's Brizgalov.
Oh man,
who
what
I
a
met
story!
here in Nashville a year ago.
Really?
At the local rink, yeah.
That's so sick.
So I luckily had his jersey home 5 minutes away. I drove home and I went back to the rink and got it signed and got to meet him. So
So random.
Who did he play for? Did he play for the Preds?
Ilya Brizgalov.
he played for Flyers, and that's when I was a big fan of him. Yeah.
We were at the rink that day, and I don't remember why we were there. Were we there filming something, or like we were just walking through and Brizgalov's there, and he's like, "Yo, there's Brizgalov," and I'm like, "Yeah, there he is." He's like, "No, you don't understand. Like, I have his jersey at home. I have to go get it."
Yeah.
And like legit jumped in your car, ran off.
Yeah, because
That is
I was
rad.
a big Flyers fan at like when Brizgalov went there. So I came over like New York City to watch the Rangers and the Flyers play, and like got his jersey at the NHL shop in New York. And like
Dude.
for some reason I had it here in Nashville. Obviously we didn't have all of our stuff, but I had that jersey. And I was like, I'm 5 minutes away. I can get this signed. And like he signs it and writes like Mr. Universe on it. And like the whole 9 yards.
What?
So,
Was that his,
yeah.
like,
Oh,
nickname?
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Yo,
because he
yeah.
was on the HBO, like Road to the Winter Classic, and he
okay.
had his own segment. He went off about talking about space and all kinds of stuff. So he was
Apparently,
like,
he was going through a big like universe phase, like watching a lot of documentaries, and like I forget exactly what he said, but obviously with his accent and everything, like everyone just ran with it. They're like, "Oh my god, this guy's talking about the universe and whatever." And like,
his son had a tournament down here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we shot. Maybe we were doing something that day.
yeah, I
but-
forget why we were at the rink, but just that whole situation unfolding, it was like couldn't have asked for a more perfect situation for you.
Bones is like, wait, all right, see you.
Cool, see you,
on, your
buddy.
way to get, on your way to get a jersey.
Yeah.
That's sick. You've been in Sweden the last couple of years. What's that all about?
Hockey. It's all about hockey.
So you played in the SHL Leksands. Is Leksands IF, right?
Yeah.
What does that mean? What does that stand for?
So it's like Leksands Athletic, like association, athletic.
But in
team.
Swedish?
Athletic club, yeah, athletic
IF.
club, kind of like football teams have like AC, like athletic club, and
Totally.
FC football club. So
Okay.
that's kind of like a lot of the teams in Europe are like they can be just the town and then like a ball club or like.
Was how would you compare like your experience in the SHL to obviously your experience in the NHL?
Yeah, obviously my experiences in the NHL has been like very different from I feel like year to year. Leaves in Toronto, I was like called up here and there. Like obviously got to play one game and got to go on a couple of road trips with them. And then here in Nashville, it was like a COVID year, like taxi squad, like couldn't do anything. But I was up the whole year, kind of like practicing with the team. And Yeah, I think obviously like it's great to be in the NHL. That's like the dream. But 2 years ago, I felt like because I didn't play, I only played like 15 minutes during the COVID year. So I felt like I needed some games, and the Lexington like contacted me, and it seemed like a really good league and good hockey, and to go and play a lot of games, and just kind of what I needed at the time in my career. And yeah, first year worked out great, and it was good, and it was a good experience, and got to play a lot and got better. So, but obviously all my goals, and like I wish I was in North America playing, because that's I want to climb the ladder and get to the NHL, because that's still the goal. So. Yeah, but now those 2 years are done, and if you average the 2 years, I think it went pretty well, and still got to play a decent amount of games. But yeah, hopefully continue my career in North America. So we'll see.
I'm gonna back you in a corner here. Swedish hockey's gonna.
Hey, nobody puts baby in a corner.
I'm gonna put
right?
baby in a corner. Do you think Lexington fans are the best fans in all of the SHL?
Whoa.
I think so. Just I'm not affiliated with them anymore.
I was gonna say you're not even like playing for them, so you're not even
now
being
I
paid
can
to
say
say
that they
this.
suck, but they don't. But no, it's just like home games. Like you see the white jerseys all around the arena, not just the fan section. They're loud, and the whole arena is in it. And obviously, like even road games, like 'cause every team has or every arena in the SHL has like a away fan section separately, and like pretty much all the games it was always full of Lexington fans, and like most of the time they were louder than the home team fans.
Oh, that's so sick.
That is
They
so
travel
sick.
well, they're everywhere, they're loud, they're great, but obviously they're very passionate, just like all the Swedish hockey fans are. So when things are not going that great, like they like to pick at you. So, but that's just how it
Very
is. That's I
demanding.
got to get used to it in Toronto. I know how the Toronto fans and Toronto media is. But,
Yeah.
I think that just comes with the passion, and that's like a good sign of a fan base.
Big time, yeah. I mean, fanaticism is, I guess, far and wide in every industry, football, baseball. When stuff's going well, everyone's either on the bandwagon or has been for a long time.
Yeah.
And when it's going bad, it's
Dude, it was
you're
cool.
getting
Like
tweets.
when we made our trip out there to go see you guys, like I had never been to an SHL game. Obviously, that was a preseason game in like a little barn, like.
Yeah, just like some random little town.
That
like,
was insane.
Yeah, but it was
Practice
cool.
rink, yeah.
Like getting that SHL experience as like a spectator, and like seeing the crowd get into it and seeing the kind of fan base you guys have. Like that was a cool experience. So I can imagine during regular season, everything it's just like gets crazy.
Dude,
yeah,
you
because that
didn't
little
even,
rink was full, and there you can see
Yeah.
like, the jerseys on and everything.
yeah, you didn't even see what is it, HV71 was the other team. You didn't even see, I don't remember seeing one of those
No.
jerseys in the crowd.
Yeah,
it was
right.
all Lexington
Yeah, it was still
fans.
like a couple hours from Lexington where the game was.
Insane. That was sweet.
Yeah, that was a cool experience. It was cool to go out there and like hang out in Stockholm with you guys. Just that whole trip in general was like, man, such a good time. But especially that being our first leg, hanging out with you guys, obviously familiar faces in this like new space for us, but then getting to go watch you play and like see you do your thing and like.
Yeah, because like you didn't get to see me do my thing with the Preds. Really.
No, really, yeah, because you were like, it was all COVID stuff, so
Yeah.
like didn't really get to see much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
obviously I wish like you guys got to come see like a real SHL rink, like a real game.
Oh yeah,
But yeah, you guys can say you watch me play, so I'll take it.
yeah.
It was sick. That whole experience was insane for us because it was the first time we had experienced Sweden, and within 24 hours of us landing, we were on a train heading, was it 2 hours out of Stockholm, and we got to Sala and we were like, this is it. This is
baby.
the town. And then Whit and Fox, your wife and daughter, pick us up and take us to the rink, and we were like, oh, it's this sick building. It was this beautiful modern building.
Yeah.
And then you go around back.
Just kidding.
And it's a bar.
Was it there's like a gym next to it or something?
Yeah,
It was like a beautiful modern, like it looked very like modern Scandinavian building. And then your like the preseason game was around back
Yeah.
in like a pole barn.
Yeah.
Just like couple of rows is like stand up rows or seating like on one side. And,
Wooden benches.
Cold place.
Oh yeah, it was cold in there. It was cool though. Like as a preseason game, like you pack out a place like that, you get all your fans into this like small town outside of Lexington. Like I thought it was a cool experience, but it was funny walking up to the building. You're like, wow, this is a beautiful arena, and it's like, no, we're in the barn around back.
There were people like, dude, it was a full blown like family cookout. It felt like a family.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Like, I don't know, an anniversary or something. People were like making burgers on a grill.
Is that just like the fans coordinate that and they put that all together, or is that like the team does that?
I think so. Maybe something to do with the local like hockey federation or something association. But yeah, I mean, not that they tell the players that what's going on with the stand, but I think it was cool like seeing your guys' footage from there.
Yeah,
like you were right on the glass. Like maybe if it was a normal game, like you like 10 rows up and like, but now you got to like really get there and warm ups. You were right behind me and like you were on the glass together. So that was cool.
Dude, it was perfect. It was such a cool environment. And all the few people we did interact with were just so jazzed. Like we got so many crazy looks. Like obviously we were speaking English. We don't know a thing in Swedish, but we were getting, anytime people heard us or overheard us, people were just like, you could tell it was like, what are these here, man? Yeah, what the heck are y'all doing?
What in the tarnation y'all doing out here in Sweden?
Yeah, it was crazy, but that was such a cool experience. And then the next day, of course, you came down after being a golf pro down to Stockholm. That was cool.
Playing the fastest golf of my life. It's like, let's hurry up. No,
Did you finish eight?
Yeah, we had like a team golf event for sponsors, and it's like a groups of like 6 or 8 people, and I'm like, I know when my train is leaving for Stockholm, and like, I think I got to like hole 15, and I was like, okay, I'm dipping. I gotta go and like catch this train.
Sorry guys, my boys are here.
Yeah,
boys are down in Stockholm.
Priorities.
That's what's up. Is it? How far was that? It was 3 hours?
It's like 3 hours.
Okay, the trains there, I loved the train. Like just the train ride going up there to watch you play, it was like, actually, this is enjoyable.
You can get anywhere with public transport.
Yeah, no, that's great. Obviously, you can't do that here. You got to sit in the traffic, which you obviously love.
We already talked about traffic.
Yeah, we're done with traffic.
Move on.
No, the
it'd
train
be cool
was
though.
nice.
Like come from Minnesota to Nashville. I feel like it'd be cool if there's a train to do that.
No, that'd be huge.
Yeah,
that'd be so nice.
There should be.
I'm sure there is, but the process of getting on a train and getting your family on a train, especially, and then renting a car once you get here is so much different. Like
it's the same thing with flying, I guess. Like you like fly and pay for the flights, and then like get a car down here somehow. So I mean, it was 12 hours, 12 and a half for us, like in 2 days, but. Now we have a car here, like we get to do whatever we want. So
totally, yeah. I don't know. It feels like the train setup here in the States too isn't as convenient or clean. Like we hopped on an app, got our tickets, like walking to the train station there.
Yeah, right.
And it was super simple and super easy. And I feel like here, maybe it is that easy. I don't know, but any place you want to go here is 12 hours away. So
yeah, that's true.
12 hours.
You just look at it in the map. Oh, like just Midwest here, and then Nashville is just like right there, just down a little bit. And then it's like size of like 2 Swedens.
Man, that seems kind of far, dude.
We're like planning a trip to Europe right now, and you know Ryan, our buddy Ryan's like, dude, we could just go to like Lisbon. He's using his thumb and his pinky. I'm trying to like paint a picture for people who may be listening. It's like using his thumb and pinky. He's like, it's only this far. It's like a full palm.
We can totally do that. It's like right down the road.
But everything, like if you start to look at it, like everything's so like close to each other in Europe.
Yeah.
Compared to like from Minnesota to here, like you go through Iowa City, St. Louis, and that's about it.
Yeah.
But in like if you do that drive in Europe, you get like a bunch of major cities, like 7 countries or something.
Yeah.
That's so sick. So I mean, like being that close to everything, did you go on any like sick trips that you really enjoyed, or did you have enough time to really enjoy Europe while you were there?
Yeah, we had a couple like national team breaks. Would probably get like 4 or 5, maybe even 6 days off. Obviously, we had our kid, and some of them I was alone because my family was back in the States. But this past season we went to Paris, but we kind of did like a Disneyland. So we stayed by Disneyland and kind of did that a couple days. It was just like chaos because you get like 5 days off. We stayed in the hotel for 2 or 3 days. and like you do 2 days of Disney and travels and everything. And so it's like I got home from there. I was like, now I need a vacation after this. Like,
You're more exhausted than if you just played.
Vacation.
yeah, but we got to like couple-hour flight to Paris and do Disney, and like it was great. And then, but like
Couple hours to Paris, no big deal.
yeah,
Isn't
and
that
then
wild?
like we just like one day in Paris, but everything was so rapid fire, so quick. But at least we got to do that. A lot of guys would go all over Europe, like beaches in Spain and stuff like that.
Of course.
But, yeah.
Did you guys get to enjoy downtown? Would that be considered downtown where we were, or would the more new
Paris?
modern area be considered
I
downtown?
think like they have like the modern like downtown, and then everything we were in was kind of the more touristy like.
Were you close to any of the like the big like sightseeing stuff?
we were maybe a mile,
Dude,
half a mile
we were
from the
like-
Eiffel Tower.
Maybe like a 5-minute bike ride from the Eiffel Tower.
So you're like, I'm
was
sure
sick.
like Paris is like, you
It's
fly
insane.
over it. It's like, it doesn't stop.
Yeah.
It's so insane. Did you guys get to do any of that though?
Yeah, we went to our Uber took us to the Louvre,
Oh yeah.
and then like I'm bringing up bad memories if Whitney's watching this or listening, but somehow like on the map it looked close, so we decided to walk. I decided that we could walk.
You guys
to
did one of
Eiffel
these, you're like,
Tower,
we could
and then
walk
it was
there.
just like relationship was put on the test during that. Like it was like an hour and a half walk.
Oh shoot!
Yeah, it wasn't.
And you
Yeah,
had
so
Fox
we
with
should
you?
have planned it way better, and it was starting getting dark, so we like should have just gotten an Uber. So, but I thought it was closer, but yeah, like I said, it was just a busy like the amount of time that we even had. But
Yeah, of
yeah,
course.
we got like got to see the couple attractions in Eiffel Tower, and got like a little like a coffee shop, and
Got to get some fika,
yeah, some fika,
a little Paris fika.
some ramen, and then went back to the hotel. So it was really busy. Like that's what I mean. Like you spend a day and a half in Disney, and then you spend like half a day in Paris, and like you're just drained. You're not like sleeping, and you're just going.
Just jam packed.
We were there for 4 days, and I feel like we saw nothing.
yeah.
I mean, we saw a ton. It was like sensory overload. But when, like you said, when you look at the map of Paris and see how much history and art and how many museums there is, it's like you could spend a month there and not see
Yeah.
everything you
Oh,
want to
yeah.
see.
For sure, you need to like have a list and a plan.
Yeah.
You know?
And we
Right.
saw a lot, but yeah, that place is nuts, man.
Maybe we should go back because we didn't check out the catacombs.
Little boys trip. Coming with us?
I'm coming with.
We'll walk for an hour.
No
guys saw-
Disneyland. No Disneyland.
Ooh, can I ask the question that I asked Dustin? We have a clip of this, but I want to know your take on it.
Ooh.
Do you think? Oh, I can't remember how I phrased it. Do you
Let
think
me ask
hockey-
you this.
Let me ask you this: do you think hockey would be more or less interesting if there was an out of bounds?
I remember you guys posted that clip or sent it.
I think I sent it to you.
I think you said something like there would be too many breaks or something.
Yeah.
I think that's right. I think hockey should definitely do higher boards.
Really?
Like a dome.
Full
Imagine
dome?
a dome.
It's just a glass dome.
Yeah. Or
That'd be
even
sick.
like they shouldn't do this, but like where the boards are, like imagine you have a little bit of a curve there. So when you
Oh, they
shoot
wrap
it
up around?
yeah. Kind of like what's the video game? Rocket League?
Oh, man. You imagine just
So
like
you
shooting
shoot-
the puck into the boards and it loops all the way up around
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
guy on the other side.
Yeah, you miss the net and you just guys.
That's a whole
goes
other
in the
dimension.
ceiling and flips. Did I just
Did you just
break
make a
this
new game?
question?
You may have broke.
Dude, you just broke it.
You did the opposite.
You know, we got
you didn't
A,
answer
B,
it.
and
You
C.
created
We
a
got
whole
A,
new
B,
world.
and C now for the next guest.
D, all of the above.
NHL, if you're listening, we came up with it first.
It's going to be the XHL, Extreme Hockey League.
The X.
Maybe we should do that. Nashville, like
Dude.
indoor, like some, or outdoor. You can just build a dome.
Would it be like blade hockey or still ice? Now we keep the ice. I like
Roller?
the ice. Yeah, is that what it's called? Blade hockey?
Blade hockey.
Roller hockey, yeah.
Yeah, so you guys can like go on the walls, you know.
Oh.
Do the whole thing
Hey,
out
hey,
of
we
ice.
can't
Dude,
make
you're
this
making a
public. We can't
whole
make
new
this public.
thing.
Yeah,
It's
here, we're
this
gonna
is
have to end the podcast.
Someone's gonna steal it.
That'd
Dude,
be
you can put a
sick.
net up on the top too, and if you get it into that net up there,
It's called KIF Hockey.
3 points.
Ooh, okay, marketing.
The KIF
No,
League.
that would actually be sick. I was thinking about like how people whip it at the
Like around the boards?
Yeah, and wrap it around.
Yeah.
That's so sick.
Dude,
Imagine
same
it going
thing, but,
over
like-
your head and being like, Waiting for it to come down. Okay. Good enough answer.
Wow, great job, guys. Way to totally destroy that question.
Yeah, that was way better than I was expecting.
I wasn't even prepared
Whatever, you totally had that in your pocket the whole time.
He's like, I've been waiting for this question.
for a month.
Okay, so you play goalie, obviously, but for people at home who didn't know that, this man plays goalie. You've been playing for, how long have you played goalie for? Like your whole life, or?
Yeah, probably when I was like 6.
Okay.
Just kind of like the first time they came to practice with like a couple sets of goalie gear, and they're like, well, okay, we're going to rotate like 2 or 4 kids per practice to be goalie. And I think I was like one of the first ones to go, and I was like, yeah, I could be goalie every practice, and that's it.
Wait, this is in Finland?
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of cool how they do that.
Yeah,
like
so
they introduce the position like...
Yeah, they would have like the organization would have like kids goalie gear, and they would just bring it, and like that was the old school gear too. Like
Really? Like the leather stuff?
kind of like a
Oh, you know I love that.
scratchy, dark gray leather. Yeah.
Dang. So did you fall in love with that position like instantly? Did you know you wanted to be a goalie the second you put on goalie gear, or what?
Probably.
Really?
Probably. I was a pretty good scorer too when I was like 5.
Ooh, could have been. Could have been. When I was 5.
I would put up some numbers on those mini games.
Really?
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know where it came from. Maybe it's just like the gear and the, like being a little different and like not having to skate out that much. I don't know. Like when you're 5 or 6, like how do you know like what you like? You just kind of
Totally.
like, whether it's football or baseball, like you just kind of like go with the feeling. So I feel like that's what it was. I think it's the gear. I think like watching Finland win world championships 95, like just like watching the goalie and like being attracted to that, and yeah, something about it. And so
Totally. I feel like I probably asked you something similar during your episode, but yeah, it's just always so intriguing because obviously the goalie is a very special position and a special set of skills. I mean, hockey in general is, but goalie is it's almost like its own sport to some degree. So I'm always super intrigued how people decide, like, I want to get pucks slung at me and I want to catch them.
that's funny because that's like the one thing that people always say, but I feel like as a goalie, like you don't think of it that way.
No.
Totally. I mean, that makes sense, but
'Cause
it's
it
just so
doesn't-
wild.
Especially now, the gear, like it doesn't hurt. It shouldn't hurt at all. So it's not like a fear factor in it either. So
You should ask-
back in the day, yeah, no helmets. Like
man.
then, yeah, those guys were probably lunatics. But
Dude, the masks, like the one you have or the one you had made, I can't
The
even
fiberglass one, the
taking-
face mask?
I can't imagine taking a puck to the face with that.
No, not a chance.
it's like it is like super like different from the team. I feel like obviously you're part of the team. You're expected to be like one of the guys, but your job is like so much more. You can't make mistakes. Forwards can like have a turnover, like 4 in a game. Goalies, like you make one mistake, even if it's like a bad rebound.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not a clear
That's all
shot, and it could be a goal, and then like that's on the scoreboard for the game, and it's in your stats forever. Like you have to be like
A little more individual, like...
Yeah, and like the play can go to the other end for 2 minutes and then they come down. Like you can't even control. It's not like golf where the ball is here and then you get to hit it. Like goaltending is like you have to wait for everything to come in, and everything's like out of control and you have to like react but still be in control, which is like weird. So it's like so many ways to describe what goaltending could be. It's like lately I've said it's kind of like your F1 driver or like a race car driver. You
I
need
love that.
Which you love, yeah.
you need the team to like give you a good car, and you need to be a good driver to take advantage of it. But then you can also make a mistake and put the car in the wall and screw the whole team up.
Yep.
Like, but as a great driver, like I don't know, like F1 this season or like last couple of years, like good example would be like even Russell when he was in Williams.
Of course.
He was always stuck in the back, even though he's probably a great driver. And like Lando this year, like McLaren, like if you don't have the car, like you don't, like
It's a complete package.
yeah, Lewis had always like great cars, and he's a great driver, so he would like dominate. But then like put Verstappen
In a Williams.
in a Williams, like would he win every race? No, because it's a team thing too. So
Put Jason in one of these cars and watch him just dominate the sport.
Watch my neck just break the first time I press on the brakes. Yeah, no, that's actually a super interesting way to look at it.
So like being a goalie and playing at the level that you play at, do you have any like mental tricks to keep you like in the moment, or anything that keeps you from just like your mind wandering or anything like that?
I don't know if I can like point any out, because I feel like it's 7 years of pro and you kind of, it comes naturally now,
Right.
almost. But yeah, like little things, maybe like breathing stuff, like count your breathing, and like
That's a big one that I've actually been trying to like play around with, just like keeping yourself in the moment instead of your
otherwise
mind
you start
wandering.
to think too much, and then like so it's like you kind of just guide your focus. It's kind of like meditation in the moment.
Yeah,
almost
yeah.
like you kind of count your breathing, like you focus on that other than focusing on,
The play ahead of you, or like
anything
what's
outside the
happened
rink.
before. Yeah.
Or like when you're standing there in the net, nothing's happening. You kind of just like feel how your feet are feeling, like kind of like, and that's like kind of like mentally like grounding yourself to the ice. Like you kind of,
Dude, that's huge.
Move your
like-
toes around a little bit in there.
yeah, like you kind of like
Oh, my toesies.
feel like your body, or like do a little like squeeze your hands, like kind of just like
For sure.
put your focus on yourself and your body. And
I feel like that could apply to like everything, even like F1 drivers. I'm sure they have their own ways, like mental cues to like keep them focused. And
Do you ever, okay, this is a super random question, but I guess it kind of ties into that. But have you ever had moments on ice where, I don't know, maybe you weren't breathing how you feel like you normally did or something, and you go to move your toes or something and you feel like your feet feel numb, or like maybe your hands feel numb? Like you're generally are just like, you don't feel like yourself.
so your coping mechanisms are out the window.
Yeah. So
You like go like get the help, but like
it's
you
just
don't-
not there.
Yeah, it's not there. It's
I've
almost
been-
making it worse.
Yeah, like I've been on the deck of a ramp riding my bike, or at the top of jumps on, or a mountain on a snowboard, and like, yeah, it's been cold, so my feet probably were numb. But no, like generally speaking, like you go to like move your toes, and you're like, maybe it's not off, maybe it's not even a bad thing, but it's just like a weird, like, I don't know if maybe it could be exhaustion, but just something where you have to like fully squeeze your hands together or something to be like, okay, I'm back in the moment. Like, I don't know,
Yeah.
maybe your body just isn't working for a minute, but that kind of just prompted that
Like you're
question,
almost
I
like
guess.
overloaded, and you need that just
Yeah,
like
like-
really bring yourself back.
Almost like if you're meditating and you kind of like have this I don't want to say out of body experience, but I guess for lack of a better term, it'd be like that, where you like everything goes numb for a second. I don't know. It's weird, but I was just curious, like thinking about a pair of tight skates on your feet, and just like maybe you're just eyes on the prize. Nothing's happening for a minute, and you're like, whoa, all right, snap back into it.
Yeah, probably like some games, like colder rinks, like when you stand there, second period, third period comes around, like, yeah, your toes might can get a little cold or whatever. But yeah, I mean, obviously, like you can feel all those motions from good to bad in any game, I think. Most of my games, like I get the butterflies, or like the healthy nervousness, the adrenaline is kind of kicking in, and sometimes like when you are like a little nervous, I guess, but that's a good thing that you are. I play better, but then again, like I feel like sometimes I lose like my leg power. So I'm like very weak
Oh, yeah.
on the legs, and then like I would go to practice, I'm like why can't I feel like this in a game? Because I'm like super light and bouncing, but then like in some of those games when you get the nerves and like the adrenaline, but then like you go down once and like you all of a sudden like feel like you have like 10% of your
Oh
leg
man,
strength. Like
you're
it's-
just so
Yeah, I
tense.
guess that's
super
kind of
weird,
what I mean.
yeah, like I feel like that's like the one thing I would like to change, but I don't know how to like change that, because
Yeah.
like I want the adrenaline. I don't want to just go into a game and just like be mellow in a way too, because I think like for
Such
me
a
it's
balance.
like, yeah, and like some games, yeah, I can feel really good, but I think it is the nerves, because it's sometimes after like couple saves or 10 minutes or like there's a big difference where I get my like strength back.
Just like it all comes together.
Yeah, and sometimes it can be from the beginning that I feel good, but then, yeah, it's all like usually it's the weakness of the legs. Maybe it just like the adrenaline, the nerves that are kind of like coming over you, and you're physically like, maybe I need to find some different coping mechanisms, like better breathing exercises, or get like, I have a good warm up routine, but all this kind of stuff. But I think it's more like mostly like what's in the brain that's like coming out. I try to get my confidence from practice and like play hard at practice and like fight for every puck. And like when I have good practices, then it's like, okay, like I feel good about my game, and that's confidence. And that's like, you like games are like tests in school. Like you want to study for the test. So when you like go to the test, you're like, yeah, I know this test, I got it. Like I'm confident in it. And then like that's kind of like what practice is for you too. And like doing all the preparation, whether it's vision training or like taking care of your body, recovery, good sleep, good nutrition. Like when you go to the game, like, well, I've done everything I can. So I'm like, I feel confident about this. So, but yeah, like you can have the greatest week of practice. And then, like I said, like you feel like the game starts and you're like, where are my legs? You know,
They just turned into noodles.
You know they're coming back because it's normal for me, kind of. So but yeah, that doesn't always happen. And there can be games when I feel really good, like really sharp from the get go all the way through, and then there might be games where I was just like, I just wasn't there. Like it's like tired or like just not there. Like it's like, I mean, you're also
human too, so there's that factor that goes into it.
That day.
Yeah, and like not even that. I feel like that's just like your preparation should eliminate all that, and mostly they do. Like obviously 7 years of pro, I've even the last couple of years, I feel like I've been very consistent every game I play, whether I feel the greatest or not. Like you just kind of battle through it, or you're able to deal with it. Maybe it's more like feeling those toes or feeling those fingers. I mean, and usually like however you feel doesn't affect the score or anything like that. So I can have a really good game when I didn't feel good, or I can have lots of goals scored on when I felt really good. So like I said, the team gave me a bad card that day. You know?
I love it. I guess this is an interesting thing because there's not a lot of people doing it within the hockey space. There's two of you right here, but how do you guys balance the playing hockey and creating content in and of itself is a full-time job? Like anyone who makes YouTube videos, is posting consistently on social media, knows how much work actually goes into it. You can preach to like people who don't as much as you want, and it's just whatever. But sometimes I watch your YouTube videos. I'm like, how did he put out a 12-minute vlog this week on top of practicing every day, eating healthy, training? Like,
I wonder the same thing, honestly. Truly. So like, I'd love this question right now.
Yeah, how do you balance that stuff?
Can you say focus on hockey?
Focus more on hockey, please.
That's what I hear. So yeah, I love when like somebody is on the comments or something like after a bad game or a bad week, and you're like, this guy's just a YouTuber. Like, focus on hockey. Like, don't focus on social media. It's like, social media takes me in a week less than a guy goes to play golf, a round of golf after practice. Like bedtime, getting ready for bedtime for my family takes more focus on a week than my YouTube stuff.
Really?
Yeah. So it's like,
you get it so much.
I get it. Like if I'm the only one doing in like the highest levels of hockey, like it's such an easy like comment from @user1246.
Totally.
You know, like it.
Keyboard warriors.
Yeah. Like, yeah. But it's like, it's just good balance. Like guys can play video games like more than I edit a vlog in a week than play in a day. So,
True.
But like what I do is just public, right? So if there's NHL guys who like to go play golf and play 4 hours of Fortnite in a day, that's 8 hours of their stuff, but nobody's gonna know what they do. But
That's
it's
true.
like for me, like I put a video of like things I film here and there during the week and edit for 2 hours, and
that's your way of decompressing.
Yeah,
and,
that's
and
like
getting
my
away from
balance
hockey.
for like, other than just like defaulting to Netflix on the couch.
Of course, yeah.
And that way I can like, it's a good way for me to look back on my games and like go through the saves and like go through practice.
Yeah, right.
And like, in a way, like I get to be more present on some of those family moments as well, and like look back on it one day. Like I was just going through, I was making a video about like some of the old stuff. And I was looking at some of my Nashville vlogs. And I was oh yeah, that happened. And like that's kind of like our old place. And like, like now I get to like relive that. And like Fox was 2.
Yep.
Now she's 4. Like, yeah, she looked like this. And like, yeah, it's like I can always kind of like go back. We take trips and it's like, what was that food like? So, well, let me go on that because I know which video it was in,
Yep.
So all the comments and feedback has been good. People enjoy it. And like, now I didn't post for a month and people are like, are you okay? Like, I haven't seen a video. Like, when's the next video coming out? Like, people are like worried about me. I'm like, there just hasn't been anything. Like, I didn't play. And like, I just didn't feel like doing it. My family was here. Like, it was easier when like my family was in like back in the States and I was alone in Sweden. Like, I had so much time to like make these videos. So, I enjoyed. Fans seem to enjoy it, and like, there's always going to be haters and comments. You can't have shutouts every game. So, but you just gotta, focus on the good.
I guess it'd be pretty boring if you did have a shutout every game and that was all your YouTube was just another
shutout.
Great,
Kaz made all the saves again.
Or then like I let in a goal and it blows up. He's human.
The first one. He's not a robot. No, that's cool. It is interesting to hear, and I guess I never thought about it like that though too. Some guys are playing Call of Duty for 4 hours a day after practice maybe, and you're focused on YouTube and content and stuff. So.
Yeah, there's a fine line. I have to be careful, like obviously what I do, what I post, and like, but it's been 3 years now. 3 years now, I think that I've done it. So, kind of have a good idea of what I want to put in, what I should, what I could. And so,
looking at it too as like a time capsule is super healthy, as well.
Like a home video.
Yeah, thing. If it's not even just about like getting views or getting comments or likes or whatever, it's legitimately like you said. You look back and you're like, what did I eat last time I was in Nashville? Oh, I remember now. Or just seeing those moments, seeing you guys in Paris at Disney is probably so rad to look back on. Fox got to see Disney in Paris.
Yeah, I've like showed it to her a couple times. She always gets like so excited, like on the couch, other than watching just a random like cartoon. Like she watches like a Disney video and then like, well, let me show you this, and then she's like sees us going through it, so she kind of remembers it again.
It's kind of her being in a Disney video at the age she's at. Probably feels like maybe
she's the princess. She keeps living that life. She's the main character.
You almost have like a Fox capsule at this point too. I mean, like, because
everybody loves her.
Yeah, I mean, you've been filming since she was how old when you started filming?
She must have been a year and a half.
Oh yeah. So you've got a big dial or a catalog of her life already, and on top of everything else that you've been doing. And I mean, the cool thing too is that it all ties in with what you're doing with hockey. Like, it shows your preparation stuff. It's the behind the scenes of a pro athlete too, which is very unique. You don't see a lot of channels like that.
Yeah, it's kind of like what I can show what I do. I'm sure it's not always the top of the line what I do, but I feel like it can help somebody. And people are like, I'm doing your warm-up routine now. And I was like, are you sure you want to do that?
Yeah, but to someone who might not have anything in place at all, it's something, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. So just trying to because there can be a lot of athletes who don't know what they're doing. But yeah, obviously it helps that fans like it, and the reach is big and everybody enjoys it and wants to see that. So if I was posting videos and I get 100 views and it's like, okay, this is probably not what I should be doing. But no, I feel like I get a connection to the fans and the hockey community and try to grow the game and all this stuff. And to me, it's just a nice hobby that I can connect and do all these things. And,
yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
Hey man, if it helps any of the sponsors, you got me into hockey, you and Bonesy.
So. If it helps any of the sponsors.
If anyone wants to sponsor these guys.
But I mean, yeah, now you're getting to play hockey now. You've been out and played twice now. We went and skated.
Man, I'm gunning for the pro,
dude.
For the pros.
I'm gonna stay on your feet. We're gonna start with that.
No jumping into the boards.
The celebrations have gotten out of hands where it can get dangerous.
Hey man, focus more on hockey and not the celebrations, okay?
Not on YouTube. I'm gonna put a clip in of that video right here if you're watching this.
Absolute
That
gold.
It's the best.
Just the crash. All
right, Kaz, let me hit you with this one. All right, as a goalie, obviously style is like a huge deal in the goalie space. Do you think that has any effect on like your style in your personal life too? Because obviously you're a big shoe guy, like big into the whole fashion space and everything like that. Do you think that has any kind of correlation?
I think for sure, yeah. I mean, it's like you see some goalie, like the correlation, maybe, yeah. But like you see some goalies like who don't care like what they wear, kind of what they look like. And for me, I've always been like very picky of how I want my paint jobs to look like, or the gear I have. And like,
you've had some sick setups.
Yeah, so spend a lot of time on that to make sure it's right, because I feel like it's look good, feel good, play good, and I want to be like, I want to feel that I like look good on the ice, you know?
Oh yeah,
and be confident with what I have, and not like how like, well, I don't like how my mask looks like this year, and it's like it could be such like a
confidence
thing to
killer
throw
almost.
you off. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I always like enjoyed like putting time in that, and obviously it's a big thing about goaltending is the gear, so I get to do that. So I think definitely want to always like maximize it and like really focus on what I want my gear to look like. Like now I'm already like planning on next season, even though I don't have a team or colors to like do it for, or what I wear. So, but just kind of like starting to work on it, because when the time comes, I want to be ready. I know what I want. And if I have now like a plan what I want,
Oh yeah,
and I let it like brew,
it gets you excited too.
yeah, or then like, maybe I don't like that, and I still have the time to change it, other than like getting the gear in hand and you're like, oh, I wish I did this different.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So I think it's the same thing, kind of like off ice too. You mentioned like the style, like obviously trying to get Chasen in the sneakers too a little bit.
Dude, he's on his way already. I mean, the shoes he's wearing right now, for those who can't watch the video right now, sick.
Little Air Force
Go
Ones.
watch the video.
Definitely go watch the video
I
just
used
for
to be a little
Jason's shoes.
shoehead, man, when I was younger, and then I was just like, I don't care anymore. I just wear my Vans and
Just Vans.
cruise
Hey,
through
what are you saying
life.
about
But
Vans, dude?
I love my Vans. I love my Vans.
my
I just
Vans
had to get something that was different. Had to switch it up.
Yeah, but I think a lot of it comes from my wife too. Obviously, she's doing the style on social media, and like she's got like, she wants me to look good, obviously.
You got
And,
your own
like,
personal stylist?
Yeah, so no, like never really like, you should have seen me in college. It's like bootcut jeans and freaking flannel.
Dude, do you
I
have any
thought that
pics
was-
of you in college?
I probably do, but they're not coming up.
Can we
here.
put
Oh,
one
come
video?
on.
Okay, we're probably, if we find one, Whitney probably has some
I'll ask
stash
Whit.
somewhere.
KIFCAST exclusive.
Yeah. So, but like you said, like you went to DSW, you got like some boat shoes or like whatever, like denim shoes.
Did you
like,
wear boat shoes?
I like
The look on your face
Sperry's
right
or Sperry's or something like that. You know, like just
Yeah.
the worst style. And like, well, I was lucky enough that Whitney fell in love with me for some reason. But like,
She's like,
little-
boy, we got to fix you.
yeah, a little at a time. Like went through a heavy Lulu phase. Like obviously it was like just big into like the hockey players, and after that, like just kind of developed into the street style. And like then I got Whitney in the sneakers, and like we're kind of just in a good spot where like we like to do a little streetwear and look good. And I think that's the confidence thing too. And like you care what you look like and you put out there. So kind of personality thing too. Like same with goaltending. So we have crazy colorful stuff and some of it just like all white. Like,
Yeah, right.
But if that's what you want, like that's who you are. Like I think that's the big thing, is just to express yourself. And I feel like with you always dressed according to your personality, which is like how it should be, you know.
Appreciate
if
that.
if you wear something else, like it might, I don't know.
Feels
You're always
funky.
on point. You're always on point. Well put together.
I appreciate that, man. I actually think it's super cool, like mentioning it and tying it back into goalie stuff, is going to so many Preds games with Bones. We always get there before the game starts and during warmups, and I'm always like, "What's the deal with this goalie?" And I've started to pick up little pieces of gear. Like he's like, "Oh, this is more of an old school style strap. They're like leather straps or whatever, or maybe they're not leather, but." Whatever it is, and then there's some that have the Velcro straps and stuff. So it is
Wow,
really
you
cool
actually
to
listened to me. Look at you.
I love it when he listens to me.
That was like the one thing I looked up when they did the Pex's statue. I was like,
Oh, right.
what gear did they put? And they got his strapping from the last season on perfect.
Oh, did
Dude,
they?
I looked
Yeah.
at that
Did
too.
they? That's- What gear was he? Like, what brand gear was he?
It was the
using?
CCMs?
Truce. It
It was the Truce.
Yeah. It was like just.
Well, it was
That is
the
sick.
pose that he's in. It was like when he was doing his final lap on his last game, right?
I think so. And I was like, damn, like I was on the bench for that game. I was backing him up at that game. Like,
Dude.
like people ask, like, what was the highlight of your career? When I backed up Pex in his last game. You know, like, I
Honestly,
didn't even
though,
play. It was my hockey highlight, and I didn't even play.
Yeah, dude, that was a night you guys gave us tickets. You gave me and my sister tickets, and
Yeah.
we went. And I remember before the game, Whit was like, "We think it's like Peck's last game." No one really knew. It was
He didn't
kinda-
know either. Like
Really?
he like
Oh,
he
yeah.
like he got a shutout. He played unreal. Like last regular game, season game, shutout. Obviously, his contract was up. He wasn't like playing that much anymore because Juice was killing it.
Yeah, right.
But Peck said like played great. Like I said, like had an unreal game. Shutout that night, and then like they do the whole thing of like push him on the ice.
Literally
and, like, go
pushed
do
him out there.
laps,
Yeah.
Like lights go down. He's doing like 10 minutes.
Yeah, it was like
of
phone lights and stuff.
Yeah,
Dude.
it's like there was like no indication that
No.
it's like his last game where he's retiring, and it's like we're just joking around afterwards in the locker room. It's like, well, I gotta retire now. Like, well, I can't do this again next year. Like, what if I come back and like I have to do this again next year?
Another
Like,
victory
it's
lap.
really awkward if I come back now. Like, I have to. Do they want me to retire?
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Such a
Dang.
cool moment though, and like the
So
fact that you
cool.
were there for it too.
Yeah,
makes
like
it so
chills
special.
and like, yeah, it was wild. It was wild. Like obviously, like kind of getting the feeling. Like obviously, like everybody did it like for a reason that there is a celebration afterwards, kind of.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you kind of have like a feeling that this could be. So you want him to play well. Like the worst thing in the world would have been like if he had a bad game.
Oh,
you know?
right.
And he went and killed it.
Yep.
And it's like that was the perfect like game and perfect ending.
Right before playoffs and stuff too. Yeah, I remember we were all like, I was like, I hope Kaz gets to play. They better let him in.
You guys
let him
were
in.
you guys were doing like talking about doing signs like play cast. And I'm like, do not do that.
I told the way I was like, I'm gonna bring a sign.
I don't want to play. This is Pex's game. Like he's playing,
Yeah,
he's
right.
playing great. I don't want to go in. Like
Yep.
if I'm playing, something went wrong.
Yep.
No.
Totally. No, but when it happened, of course, I was just like, like you said, chills. Like got
Yeah.
goosebumps. The lights went down. It was just phone lights. Man's just circling for
Yeah.
5-10 minutes, and
Right.
it's
It
just
was
like
crazy.
Everyone's just the place is erupting.
Such
but
a cool moment.
it was beautiful, man.
Oh, Kaz, like every game we go to, I don't even know if we told you this. Like every goalie we see, we're like, big Kaz, there he is, Kaz. Like it doesn't matter who it is. It could be like some random goalie and some random. We're like, oh, Kaz looks sick tonight.
Every time.
Which team were all the teams like
Every
the
team.
way
Literally any goalie ever.
Every night I've been to him, I'm like, yeah, Kaz. If the goalie makes a save or
Yeah.
something, it's just a
you
silly
still
thing. we
tweet
got.
at every team's.
I've been tweeting.
Okay.
I've been known to tweet.
I'd be tweeting.
I don't think the PR department does the contracts, but hey, you're doing your job.
The Pred social media girl is just gonna see it and go, yeah, no, I think we're gonna grab him.
Actually, yeah, no, so he should come back for
I
sure.
heard they got one contract a year they can give out.
The Preds?
The PR team, the social media team.
Oh, really?
They have one contract in their budget to give out to anyone they want.
I'm still trying to get
I
you
hope-
on an Avs contract. Man. We just need to get you into Colorado or
In the
San
United
Diego?
States of America.
we're gonna get you a contract, Kaz.
I need a visa.
please, I need a visa.
How does that work with this is actually kind of a fun little topic for someone who doesn't know, maybe a kid growing up trying to play hockey and wanting to make it in the States from Finland. What is that process like for playing pro and getting visas and stuff like that?
Yeah, I mean, I played 3 years of like juniors in Finland, which is like I graduated high school and like you get to play until you're 21, maybe 2021,
Okay.
because it's under 20s. And then I had like 1 year of like junior eligibility, so it's like the gap between in the States, like playing high school hockey, and then because you graduate high school when you're 18, I think,
Yeah, right around 18.
and then
17,
like,
18.
to 18 to 21 year old or 17 to 21 year olds play junior hockey, and then they can go to college when they're 21 or any time in between.
Okay.
Because some guys are like just not ready yet or good enough at 18 to commit to a good school. So yeah, I had like 1 year of like overage eligibility left. I was like backing up all 3 years in Finland in juniors. So I was like, I like if I back up for my overage years, like maybe I can go like second league in Finland to play. But it's like, I want something more. Like a couple guys played college hockey who I knew, and kind of like first time hearing it when I was like 19. I was like, what is college hockey? I looked at a video. I was like,
Actually,
are you
kinda
serious?
sick.
So like clips from North Dakota, and like, how did I not know about this? Like I thought college hockey is just like some students like going and playing, you know. And this was wild, and I was like, okay, I'll try. And so I like obviously didn't play that much in Finland. Like, got my like agent, like advisor to like get me like a team in the second junior league in the States. Played in Minnesota and like had a good year, and then kind of got to pick where I went to school. So otherwise, because I was like before that summer before going to play juniors in the States, I was like, well, there's this Division III school in Wisconsin that you can go to, or you can try 1 year juniors and try to get a scholarship.
Yeah.
And I was like, I almost like went like, well, I can go to like college next year and play,
You almost went early.
play Division III. Like I almost like just took it.
Damn.
And that would mean like you play 4 years and then you're like pretty much done.
Right.
Okay.
And then now I was like, well, like let's just try juniors. I have 1 more year, and I think my like save percentage is like still number 1 in the NAHL history.
Oh,
Like,
not a big deal.
yeah, so like I had a really good
Yours
year.
was?
Yeah, so I think that was just like the confidence thing, like moving away from Finland, coming to US, and like being where I've always kind of wanted to play, and just got a huge boost of confidence. Got to play a lot for the first time in my career, and played well. We had a great team. They gave me a good car, and
I love it.
yeah, so I played well, and there's like a handful of really good Division I teams that I got to pick out of pretty much, and went to Minnesota Duluth, and I just kind of everything changed in a year, where like all of a sudden I was like top 10 in like for the NHL draft in goalies,
Dang.
and
I had no
North
idea about
American
any of this.
goalies. Yeah,
You guys been friends for so long now.
Yeah.
You're like, wait, what?
No, this is awesome.
I think I was like ranked 9th on North American goalies on for the NHL draft, and but I was like way older than all the other guys. The other guys were like 17 or 18, like, and I was like 20. But I didn't get drafted. Everybody in front of me and after me got drafted, but in the end it worked out perfect, because then I was like a free agent out of college. I could pick. I wasn't like stuck being drafted by a team who didn't have room for me and forced me to play 4 years of college, and coming out of college as a 24-year-old, like you're just like 25-year-old rookie pretty much. Yeah. So I played 2 years of college, and Leafs were interested, so I got to go.
That is so sick. Are college teams, so I know man, this is probably going to sound like such an ignorant question to some people listening, but are college teams, like in football and basketball, maybe even baseball, are they paying hockey players now? Do you know?
Right now, I don't know. I don't think they can pay.
I know I just learned this year, because everyone's a freaking football fan in the South. All I did was watch college football, I swear. But they were saying some of the quarterback was making like $3 million a year, because it's fully legal now. That's how it works. And I was like, $3 million a year?
The sponsorships, or
No, this is like to be on the
actually
team,
payment?
like a contract. It's fully.
I think a
real
lot
thing.
have changed in the last couple of years with the NCAA.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of complaints that like these athletes are just like putting so much time in. These schools are making so much money.
Yeah.
They're like struggling to get food. But we had like I had a full scholarship, so I didn't like have to worry about like buying for a place. And then
That's amazing.
I think my second year they approved that they could give us like a cost of living,
Okay.
like a financial aid, which ended up being like just over $1,000 per
sick.
semester.
That's perfect.
So it's just like it would cover your food and like some expenses. So
This quarterback's getting paid $3 million to play football. Kaz is getting like $1,000 for living expenses.
Yeah, crap. What's
which
his
is a
name?
huge difference
we were just
for me, you know.
Yeah, we were just talking about it the other night. what's his name? Stetson Bennett. And he's 25. They won the championship this league or whatever for Alabama.
Yeah.
I think he was making $3 million a year. I could be
That's crazy.
off. I know it's several million. Bill was like, yeah, that's how college ball is now. And I was like 5 years ago, last I knew, you know, that was like super illegal.
But
but
they would be so strict on everything. And like,
yeah,
I don't know. Like, I know there's like a bunch of like brand deals for these college athletes. And like, I think Barstool did that. Like,
Yeah, I remember hearing about that.
athlete fund or something. They would like sponsor all kinds of athletes from all over NCAA. But
Yeah.
I don't know like how. I haven't really looked into it, but that's cool if they get some. But I think it's like the football and the basketball that's gonna like really affect. Like,
Big
not
time.
that there's gonna be college hockey players who are getting paid anything, but
that'd be sweet. They're making NHL league minimum in college.
Do it,
Be
right?
crazy. It's just, when he said that amount, I was like, oh, cool. They're probably making, enough to cover their tuition. He's like, no, it's like $3 million. And we looked it up and I was like, bruh.
Yo, I'm about to go back to college.
Yeah, me too, man. I'm about to go for the first time.
I went at the wrong time.
And then you went to Toronto and you were AHL and it was two-way? Is that how it works?
Yeah, so
Two-way
my
contract?
first 2 years was like the league set entry level deal,
Okay.
which is like a two-way, and there's salary for the NHL, which is like the league minimum, and then there's like the AHL salary is different, and, but that's like the basic deal that you get as a rookie, your first contract.
Interesting. Man, I'm learning so much today about hockey.
About your
Hockey
friend that you know
contracts.
for so long.
What's up?
About your friend that you've known for so long.
Dude, take it easy, man. About to
I
come
kind of
across
love
this
that.
microphone.
Like you guys have built this friendship, like outside of like obviously what Kaz has been so well known for, but like you guys are just homies.
Yeah, we've FaceTime.
You FaceTime my wife, which is totally okay, because like this
She's
whole
the manager,
trip, yeah,
man.
she's the manager, because the whole trip, like, I'm pretty bad at texting back. Like, I feel like we have like a 6 to 8 text messages we send each other, and then like we just stop. One of us stops, and which is fine. Like, the
You don't want to get that
conversation's
6 to
done.
9, you know what I mean? You just want a 6 to 8, and then like it's over.
You said it. This is going to be on record, but and then like we come here, and it's like I think this was the only thing we like kind of agreed on, like a week ago or however long ago. And for me, everything else is up in the air. It's like I don't care where we go to get coffee. I don't care where we go eat. Like, but my wife is super strict, and like she wants to hit the spots, and she wants to like get the right places, and like what time. I was like, I just wake up and I'm ready, you know?
Yeah,
just along for the ride, bitch.
She's the manager. This morning she texted Bones and I and was like, hey, so we're thinking coffee. And this was after we all texted. And we're like, yeah, we were thinking, I don't know what the name of the place is, but we were thinking here. And she was like, oh, glad y'all made plans without me. And I'm like, I forgot to text the
Oops,
manager. I'm sorry. My bad.
Yeah, hey, I'm gonna get in trouble if you put me in that group chat again.
We got to delete the chat. Got to delete the chat.
We got to go.
Who's gonna be the next guest?
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know. You again.
next
week.
Next week with Kaz.
Come to Minnesota and we'll film one.
We should. When I come up, we'll have to do that. I'm actually pretty bummed that we're gonna miss the Breck thing. That would have been so sick to do a podcast with you guys.
I mean, I'm still going, so like.
No, you're coming to Minnesota.
I mean, I'm also going to Minnesota. I'm
Yes.
going to go to the thing in Breck, and then I'm going to go see you guys, so we could do another podcast.
Bonnie's gonna do a couple podcasts up there solo.
I got a solo podcast.
Take the stuff with you. Do one with Goalie.
That's what I want you guys to do, or like Jason to like get that van.
Get the van?
Put the
The
KIF tent on the
KIFCAST
top,
van?
Yep.
and like just go around the country, and like you can do your podcast on there and like film your content, and I think that'd be so good.
I'm working on it, man. I'm working on it. I had a builder in Colorado all lined up,
Oh, yeah, right.
ready to roll, and
Just sign that lease here too, and now you're stuck.
yeah, but you know what? Ain't nothing tying this man down. It's a wild cowboy in the.
You come wherever I play next year, so
I think what
Doesn't
needs to
matter.
happen. Let me tweet here. Let me tweet the goals real quick.
San Diego.
Yeah,
Okay,
we're going to San Diego. Dustin, would you move to San Diego?
you guys got ties in San Diego. You got your dad's boat.
Yeah. No, he sold that. He doesn't have the boat anymore.
Is that right though?
You've got your dad's
Yeah. Honestly,
So you're
though,
coming- you're
that would
moving-
have been perfect.
So you're pretty much stuck there, right? You got dad's boat, done deal.
That was just so funny. It wasn't like you've got like family. It was like you got your dad's boat.
He always tells me, you or your dad, like land in San Diego, walk across the highway or something.
Dude, literally right across the street. He had a boat set up right there. He sold it. I'm like, man, why would you sell this thing? Like, that's your HQ. He's like, yeah, you know, the slip fees and whatever. I'm like, dude, that was so sick.
All right, Bonesy has no reason to go anymore, so.
Yeah, sorry. If you go play for San Diego, I'm out.
More reasons to go to San Diego.
You've got your
wait a second.
dad's boat?
We got to get Jason's boat then.
Yeah, I'll get a boat. I'll get the
get
boat
a van boat.
and park the van on it. Park the rooftop tent on the van.
You have one of those cars that can go in the water.
Ooh, Cybertruck is what you're talking about.
Is that what it is? I used to take like freaking sightseeing tours on one of those or something.
Dude, podcast on a cyber boat?
I wonder if there'd be some wind noise, but be cool. We could do it. I wish your dad did still have it. Could you imagine parking? I mean, I guess it's parked. You can't really park a boat.
You latch it.
Imagine doing a podcast on a boat, though.
The look
That's all
that you
I'm
and I
saying.
just gave each other.
You would have to be like under the blankets, and you could like FaceTime, so you just see each other, or then you're all just in one mic under the
Two guys, one mic.
Oh, gross. Now we're not talking about anything. I love this.
We're so derailed right now.
KIFCAST is gone. That's the new one.
The boat cast?
No,
The yacht cast?
2 guys, 1 mic.
Oh. Yeah, we can do that.
It's probably already taken, right? It's got to be. I hope.
Next.
All right.
Oh my god.
All right, wait. Bones had a question that I think is actually really rad to topic to talk about.
This kind of ties in with Breck because you know when we went to that goalie coaches conference out in Breck, the altitude was like it murdered me. Like I'd never experienced altitude like that before, but I know we were talking the other day about the Wim Hof breathing method, and that's definitely something that interests me because you know going back to Breck this year, I think that maybe helps. But you've had experience with it lately, right? Like you've been playing around with it.
Yeah, I kind of just I started reading this book, just kind of like wanted to put more focus on my breathing. Maybe it's kind of just came with like focusing for games or whatever. And like our team last season, like we were big on like biking, like doing bike workouts, and like we did like 3 or 4 VO2 max tests. So like.
Oh, those
And like
sound
they
terrible.
put like limits on what we have to score. So it was all about like how much oxygen you can get in your lungs. And so I was like, okay, like maybe I can skip a bike workout if I do a breathing exercise.
Yeah.
The same thing.
Yeah, yeah.
So I like got this book. It's called Breath by, I don't even know who it's from. But yeah, Breath. And like it kind of talks about like what breathing can do for you and like how your life expectancy is directly correlated to your lung size, which is wild.
What, really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest,
So-
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I didn't
So
either.
like people with bigger lungs like live longer, and that's everything. Like, but that's like modern.
Yeah, I'm about to start pumping air into these things.
That's how you should not breathe. But but like modern science doesn't take breathing stuff as medicine, or like they rather just medicate you kind of like other than do like breathing stuff. I don't
Right.
know.
Certainly,
Like,
yeah.
So all this stuff like different methods of how help you with your diseases and like just onto a better life, I guess, and fitness and health with just changing your breathing and stuff. Like they did an experiment where they like plucked their noses for a week or 2 weeks and then
A whole week?
yeah.
That sounds
And
intense.
their like blood pressure and everything just went to the trash. Like they were so unhealthy after that week.
Yeah.
And then they flipped it. All they did was like, now you can breathe with your nose. And they got like healthy again, super healthy.
Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah, their faces like changed and like how our like over the years, like our processed foods have gotten soft, so we don't chew anymore. So like airways get tighter and like that's why we sleep bad and like everything like that. And the easiest change to that is just your breathing and your lungs and like fixing that. So yeah, like I'm not done with the book yet, but then obviously Wim Hof is like you kind of have his Instagram presence and all this stuff. So,
Yeah, right.
kind of got his app and did some of his like work, like it's like you quick workouts and what comes with like a breath hold and
It got really popular like when his documentary came out. a
I
while
haven't even
ago.
seen that, so I gotta watch that.
Yeah, I mean, like it kind of spun off a whole like I don't want to say like a cult or anything like that, but like a whole like wave of breathing methods and everything like that. And obviously, like being focused on that has a lot of benefits.
Yeah, for sure. Like everything that they say is like great. Like obviously, if it's just a little bit of breathing exercises that can change your life, like that's great. If you have some health problems, and like helps with your fitness if you're an athlete. But yeah, it was like kind of like rapid breathing, like doing the breathing stuff, and then it comes with a breath hold. And like I would think like if I normally did a breath hold, I can, like we talked about it, we can probably last like a minute, just over a minute, and you're like, okay,
Yeah,
that
this
was pretty
blew
good.
my mind.
Oh, yeah,
Like you
right.
go
Showed the app and
underwater
everything?
when you're swimming, you go underwater, you're like, okay, a minute was good. Like,
Dude,
wow.
a minute's a long time. Like,
Yeah, so I was laying
I
down.
got like 25 seconds underwater, I think, honestly.
Yeah, tap out. You see the bubbles come up. But it's like just started doing this stuff. Like did the breathing, and it's like on the app. It's like, okay, breath hold. And like first time I did it, I was like 2:30, 2 minutes 30 seconds. I was like, wow, kind of wild. Like I didn't think I could hold my breath for that long. I just kept going. And then you do another set of the breathing and another breath hold, and like I went over 3 minutes. Like 3
dude,
minutes,
you
like
told
20
us that?
seconds.
Like that blew my mind.
It blew my mind too. I was like, how is this possible? Like you get such instant results when you like oxygenate your body, or however you like your body
Dude.
can handle it. It's doing what it's supposed to do. So it's kind of like one of those things. Like it's so cool that you can see the results right away, and then you believe, you see it to believe it.
Yeah.
So like when you see that right away, you're like, wow, like 1 or 2 minutes of breathing really did this to my body already. So
Imagine like
something
making
so
it a
simple.
habit, or
Yeah,
a full-blown
right.
habit. So would you say that that's like aligned with meditation? Like, is it a meditation thing for you, or is it simply like sitting down and going through a breathing exercise?
It's more so breathing, yeah, because it's like it can be intense. You can start feeling like lightheaded or tingling in your extremities, and so yeah, it's definitely like a breath exercise. But then again, like you're with yourself, you're kind of putting your focus in your body, so that's part of meditation as well.
Totally. Okay, cool. Dang, that is so sick. And it's an app?
Yeah, you can get the app. Yeah, I think
It's-
he's got a lot of stuff on Instagram too. This is like fairly new. I feel like 2 weeks
Yeah.
ago that I like started doing this. So
Oh, that's
it's
so
like I'm
sick.
still like very new to this, but like obviously when you see those results and you read about the benefits and you do that. But yeah, it's a slippery slope though. You start to like.
I could see
I have to meditate 30 minutes a day. I have to do breathing exercises for 30 minutes a day, and I have to do freaking
And starts adding up.
stretching and go to sauna and like go ice bath and do vision training and go work out, and like it just like it can
It's
like
a full-time
kinda,
job.
consume you completely. So
I mean,
you
a
kinda
lot of the
just have to find
self-care stuff is so huge, and I'm sure it really helps manage like stress and anxiety too. Like I'm sure even just on a mental level, it probably helps a ton.
Yeah, find your own thing, I guess.
Yeah.
But like, I guess it'd be more anxious if you start adding all these things. Like, oh, I missed my breathing workout. Like, and like I forgot to meditate today, and then you're just like,
Just
I can't
stressed.
sleep, or like,
Yeah.
you have to just kind of find your balance and what draws you into it.
That is a slippery slope, man. So I could see it being rough. You didn't come strapped today, but you were at one point wearing like Apple Watch, Whoop rings, and all that stuff. I guess I don't know if that played. I guess playing off what you just said.
Yeah,
Are you still rocking that stuff?
Yeah, so
to
like,
track everything?
like all this stuff's like the breathing and like fitness trackers, like it all kind of comes to like I'm 29 now. Like I feel like I still have half of my career left. So I just like want to get better rather than getting worse with age in a way, and like putting focus. Obviously, my body is my business, so I want to make sure I'm doing everything I can to, get better. I feel like for myself, I'm such a late bloomer with everything that, even with hockey, like I played my first NHL game when I was 26, I think.
Yeah.
And, like going to college when you're 21 and signing when you're 23, like some guys start playing pro when they're 17 in
Yeah,
Europe,
that's
like they already have 7 years on me before I even start. But yeah, I just like want to invest in myself and, no regrets kind of thing. But like the last few years, like I really started to put focus on like switching to a vegan diet because it worked out for me better, and like kind of never been athletically the best. So I like this summer, like I'm putting a big focus on that as well. So just trying to improve myself. Like I wish I did this when I was 19 kind of thing, but like it's better late than never. Like I want to like right now at I feel like my mind is there as a pro hockey player and a goalie, like where I want it to be. Like I want to like get my physically like, so there's no question marks or anything. So, but yeah, I did wear it was kind of wild, like the sleeping ring, the Whoop, that like activity
Just
tracker.
decked out and tracking
does
things.
sleep too, yeah.
My man was strapped for a bit.
Yeah, and Apple Watch, like
Yep.
obviously as a goalie, it's tough because I can't wear the ring on the ice. I can't wear the watch on the ice. So the Whoop came into play, like I want something to measure my activity on the ice as well. And then because Whoop did sleep as well. So it was like a one-stop shop for getting my daily activity, getting my sleep, like all in one. But then I kind of started to notice, I think I used it just under a year, and that the sleep ring was more accurate on the sleeping part. There was like the numbers on Whoop wasn't like really adding up to me and didn't make sense.
Okay.
So it kind of lost the credibility on the sleep part for me.
Yeah.
And then after like almost a year, like the on ice numbers I knew were the same. I kind of like got to know like, okay, like this practice I probably burned this much, or this game like this much, and then like, but those numbers didn't even like matter to me anymore.
Totally.
Because like I know I can't just go in a game and be like, oh, like I need to work this much, or like I need to ease off, in a game, but that's just not how it works. So the sleep was the only one that started to matter to me.
Okay.
So I just kind of ditched the Whoop, stick with the sleep ring, and yeah, that's what I've been doing. And then like workouts, I just turn the Apple Watch on, and especially now in the off season because I don't need to go on the ice. So
Simplify your accessories a little bit.
yeah. So just kind of like the sleep is the one thing, but I think I could go without it. Some guys like who get the Whoop or get something like that, they're like I couldn't do like see a bad sleep score or readiness score in the morning and they'd be all messed up in the head after that.
Oh,
so
man.
but it doesn't matter to me. And like obviously first week or so when I got the sleep ring, I was like trying so hard to fall asleep, and then like first thing in the morning, like how did I sleep? But then like it obviously went away. But
Yeah, it's another one of those slippery slopes, man. Just another thing to kind of get a little obsessed with for a minute.
yeah, it works for me. So it's kind of a nice thing to have for me.
Sleep is so important, dude. I'm sure like with the breathing stuff, like now that you're focused on that, and like after being so focused on the sleep stuff too, like it all kind of compounds.
For sure. It's like the like protein powders or like the supplements. Like if your diet is not good, it doesn't matter what kind of protein shake do you drink. You know, it's like an icing on the cake, like or the cherry on the top. You know, it's like the base work has to be there. It's kind of like me. Like I'm not going to do a bike workout and lift because I can just do a breathing workout. You know,
get the same outcome
Yeah,
without having to sit on the bike.
Yeah,
and
That'll
just,
build
like,
muscle if everything else is proper.
yeah,
I get it.
Yeah, so it's like it's supplements, like the word is. So obviously you have to have the foundation ready. It's just like in everything. I have a question.
You have a question?
I have
Whoa,
a
who's
question.
running this podcast? Kenny?
Oh, this is the KASCAST.
My turn.
Oh, here we go.
KASCAST.
Which is kind of like I want to know what the KIFCAST or the KIF brand is going to be. Or is it still up in there? Are we still shaping it? Like, what's the?
Dang, well, you got to hit us on a level like that.
You haven't had you don't have the business plan ready yet. So like, maybe next time.
Let me pull it out real quick.
Yeah.
It's a scroll.
As a matter of fact,
I think honestly the KIFCAST is. I just edited the first episode, so I feel like I kind of addressed it a little bit, and now I'm just gonna repeat myself. But I think honestly, it's just me and Bones kind of feel the same about how telling stories and whatnot should go, and we're excited about showcasing the people within our network and hopefully beyond.
Oh, yeah.
That's the idea.
Dude, we, like our friend group, like people who like it's such a variety.
Yeah.
Like in a way it's good. Like it's not that just like one niche. It's like so many great people.
so many good stories to get.
Yeah. And I think that's, collectively we're just excited to like tell those stories and tell the stories of people beyond our network. I think that's exciting. And then as far as the brand of Keep It Fun or KIF goes, I'm hoping to make some new products soon. Hopefully get them into the hands of the fashion icon Kaz himself, the KazCast. We'll get some custom gear.
I got to approve it first.
It's just your face with like KazCast tattooed on your forehead.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I know that's probably an oversimplification of what we want it to be, but yeah, this thing's still pretty new. We're still working out a lot of the kinks, as you see me stopping every few minutes to make sure everything's dialed in. But
yeah, no, but like the setup we got here, like it's on video, and like you guys got a nice place. You got the quality stuff, so you're doing it the right way. So I think that's like, other than just rushing into something, like you really want to stay true to yourself and build it in quality and
big time.
Yeah,
we just got to try not to dress the exact same every time.
That's such a scary thing. Literally, Bones and I have like, he showed up to my house for hockey games or whatever, and we're both wearing black pants with a denim shirt or white shoes, and it's just the worst. It's just the worst.
We coordinated everything.
Yeah, I was like, dude, we got
outfits for the cast.
Yeah, I was like, we got to start texting each other before, like with fit checks, just sending pictures, mirror pics to each other. That'd be perfect. But I know you're back in the States. I know you're stoked to be back in the States. What's next? What's the move for summer? Is it a lot of reset, recovery, all that stuff?
Yeah, I think like I didn't play as much as I wanted last season, so I kind of like the last part of the season, I kind of like kickstarted my off season in a way. Mm-hmm. Had that little suspension there as well. Kind of that took.
I don't know. Should we talk about it?
Took some time.
I think we might have to.
We've avoided it this whole time somehow.
My man just planted it right there.
Yeah,
just put it right on our laps.
I take it back. It's gone now. But yeah, just kind of like, with the traveling and everything, I know there's going to be off days, so I just want to keep track, or keep going with my workouts and like trying to get strong this summer. And
yeah.
Because like even coming here, I know these are like days off. It's hard to mix in a workout. I finally mixed in a workout this morning at the hotel, but there's going to be those mandatory days off, and if you take a break on top of that, all of a sudden it's a week and a half you didn't go to the gym, and you have to start over.
Yeah.
So kind of just doing that, coming here, like seeing you guys, and hopefully probably most definitely coming back to Nashville later this summer, and a couple weddings here and there, and trying to take some trips with you guys. And
please.
Yes, let's go on trips.
Yeah, so just like, it's nice to be home in Minnesota. We have a routine, like we go in the gym in the morning and then kind of just bum around in our environment. But yeah, and then definitely like coming to see our friends. Most of you guys are here, so Nashville is always a good spot for us. So, but yeah, other than that, like I won't be skating that much, at least to start. Probably like a month or two, like stay off the ice, and then there's a lot of hockey in Minnesota, so there's always like good groups that you can hop on the ice with.
Big time
towards the end of the summer, but yeah, that's kind of be back home and routine and try to keep up with workouts, and then trying to film some stuff too, I guess, how the off season is going. But yeah, that's about it.
Do you can you promise that next time you come, you bring some ice skates?
Yes. I will try to bring all the gear.
All the gear?
That'd be fun.
Whole hockey or whole goalie kit?
Dude, we got to get on the ice with Jason now. Maybe we can go up there, visit them, and then jump on the ice up there.
Is there a rink like real close to you?
Oh, there's rinks everywhere.
I guess you're in Minnesota.
There's like a closest rink is like on a strip mall.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you go to that one, or is there like specific ones?
No, we there's a Chipotle next to it. Went to eat one time. I was like, wait, that looks like a hockey rink, and it's like next to like Great Clips or something. Like just the most random. Like
Great Clips, ice rink, like, Chipotle,
it's
Walmart.
A rink, I'm like, yeah,
that's sick.
Yeah, but that's Minnesota, and there's so many close by too.
Oh man, I would love to do that. I'll hop on the ice, score on you a couple times.
Dang.
My wife did, so I'm sure you can too.
Dude, I saw that. I was there for that. That was crazy. Or I was at least there for one of them, I should say, at Ice Barn. I saw it.
Dude, what are you
Get
going to
the
do when you
manager.
score on Kaz? Are you going to celebrate again and jump into the glass?
You
And
guys gonna need to work on those celebrations before I can let you score.
I'm wearing padding next time, dude.
It's a health hazard if you score. You gotta call 911. Bring
make
the
sure he doesn't
ambulance.
score for his own health.
Put a helmet on.
I'm gonna put knee pads on, elbow pads. I might put a back brace on.
Maybe we'll get some prototypes of like those curved things and put them on the boards at the rink and
yeah.
just like start shooting.
Okay. We got to do it. You put it on our lap. You put it on our lap.
It's out
That's the
there
only
now.
thing on my mind. Let's talk about the red water bottle.
Oh, no.
Start shaking.
Dude, keep all water
we're
bottles
on,
away
we're
from
on
him.
good terms.
This is,
We're on
you
good
can't
terms.
even stay. This is
It's done. It's done. I really did enjoy your edit of it. So you got to put that on the.
We'll put that on the video for sure. But I think actually I was kind of excited. We haven't had a talk about it other than like we were joking about it the other day, but I think I was excited to actually like pick your brain about it from not from like a interrogating you standpoint, but a
Good cup, bad cup.
no, not from a interrogation standpoint, but from the standpoint of like sport and frustration and actually what goes through your mind in those moments. I think it's important to kind of make it known that like, yeah, you're human, and you know those moments happen where you kind of just, I don't know. I'm not trying to like come out here and make excuses or not. I don't care either way. I think it was freaking awesome, but I think it's important to tell the story from that light as well.
Yeah. Bones, you got to tell what happened though.
Yeah, well, our boy Kaz here reached a level of frustration. It was the end of the game, right? Overtime.
Yep.
And reaching for the water bottle, our boy Kaz decided to absolutely spike this water bottle into the back of the ref as he was skating away. And
Back of the not the back.
right in his back.
No headshots.
Imagine if it was. Honestly, like, okay, like, go ahead and gonna joke real quick. That throw, like, there are jokes about like you playing football or like whatever. Where did you learn to throw like that, man?
Elite.
With a blocker on and
You
everything.
see Elite Prospects put a rumor that I was going to Tennessee Titans to play football.
That killed me, dude.
Dude, people were
Perfect
messaging
spiral.
Whitney like, "Oh, congrats," because they didn't know. Like,
Oh, they thought it was serious?
Yeah, because like when you
no.
retweeted it or like quote tweeted, and it's like the hockey wives are like, "Yeah, congrats."
The Tennessee
job, I'm
Titans.
playing
Yeah,
football
Tennessee
now.
The
Titans.
hockey wives were like, wow, we didn't know he was a dual sport athlete.
They thought it was probably like NHL.
Unreal.
Yeah, I mean, it's like if you start looking at the whole thing, like it's like probably an onion where you say like so many layers that you can
Of course.
kind of come up. Obviously, it's gonna be on every Goalie's Gone Wild YouTube video from now to the end of YouTube.
To the end of time.
End of time. Yeah, I mean, like I feel like ever since that happened, like when there's something crazy happening in sports and like players go wild and like do some stupid, like it's like, well, at least I wasn't like that bad.
Yeah.
You know, like now I like all I can see is like players doing or coaches doing something stupid. Like there's a college basketball coach like threw a bottle in the stands or whoever he threw it at.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, he's taking notes, huh? Like,
Dang.
and like Eric Carlson threw his helmet on the ice.
Yo, yeah.
Or something like. Then you like now I start to notice it more maybe because I feel like I'm so embarrassed of what I like kind of did. But yeah, like you said, like overtime. Obviously, I had a tough season so far, and I feel like that was like the last chance of like having a good game and like kind of like trying to turn things around. It was 2-2 in overtime. It's 3-on-3, so they passed it to the guy coming off the bench, and his guy who's like changing is still like on the ice. So he like goes and plays the puck when the other guy's still on the ice. The referee's right there, and he's like, no, not too many men. Like when it's clear.
Clearly
too many
it
men.
was.
He's right on the blue line. I think he goes over the line. Like it should have been offside because the other guy is somehow
A
still
second call that possibly could have stopped
so
play.
like offside and too many men on the same play. The guy who picks the puck obviously comes down on a breakaway, scores. Like we lose the game. I let in a goal, and then just like frustrated that like you know like people would feel, but obviously shouldn't act on it or anything like
Totally.
that. I think I just like the ref like skated by and like he was it was pretty far away.
He was pretty far
and
away.
I was like, obviously, I need to grab my bottle to like go back to the bench, like game's over or whatever. And like, I think I was just trying to like throw like towards that area because the other team was like celebrating over there. So I was just like, there's been a couple times when like after the end of games, like I would like, you know, like I chuck my bottle to out the boards. Or in our bench. So it's like, but obviously this time it was like,
there's a ref in the way.
On like Dak Prescott and like, I don't think I tried to like, obviously this happened so fast. Like, I don't think like I tried to hit him. And then of course, like I see it hit him right on the top of the back. Like, and I was like, oh man, now I'm in trouble. Like even more like
instant, like, oh
too.
man.
Yeah, like
here we go.
All these like so upset, like
emotions just went in a matter of seconds up and down.
So obviously like it's embarrassing. I shouldn't do that, and it's like it's not okay. But I think at least and like the funny part was that like the fans started throwing bottles on the ice too.
Wait, what?
At the end of the game?
Yeah, when that happened, because it was like everybody was upset. Like obviously we lost. Like the ref made like whatever. Like
that is.
So there's like you can see like soda bottles or like coming on the ice. Like you see Coca-Cola bottles flying around. So it's like not just me. Like
right.
And then like
you're the only one that hit a ref though.
Yeah. I just kickstarted it. Like,
I love it.
But yeah, like, just not good. But like obviously all the feedback and the comments like had like a fun twist to them, and like obviously like the throw was impressive. Like I can do that again. And then just saying how like I would have done the same. Like he did what everybody wanted to do. And, like what a great throw. Like nobody, like 99.9% of the comments were like, just like, wow, this was cool and like funny and like whatever. And then like, obviously it sucked. I got like 5-game suspension and a big fine. But
I was going to ask what the repercussions were.
Obviously, like I deserve, like it's like against the officials, and they're like so strict with that stuff over there. Like the ref had said after the game, like he didn't like barely know. He didn't turn back or anything. I was like, oh, it happens. Like
I noticed that in the video. I was like, man, doesn't even.
He just kept going.
Yeah, like it was at the end of the overtime, so it's like my bottle from third period and overtime, so it's pretty much empty anyway. So it's like,
dude, you slung an empty bottle like that? Sheesh.
I know those things are light.
We got to make a video. We got to try to do that again. Recreate it. But yeah, like comments for fun. Like obviously it's embarrassing. Like you don't want to get suspended. You want to get a fine, because I missed the first 2 games of playoffs, and like I wasn't gonna play those games anyways. And so it's after everything kind of settled down, like you kind of just had to laugh about it. And
big time.
I mean, it still get tagged on Instagram because people are still posting that, like kind of funny. But yeah, won't happen again, I can promise you that. But yeah, Whitney made some content out of it, so she milked it pretty good.
Actually my mom sent me a news article a couple days later and was like, I clicked on this and was reading it. She's like, I thought it was funny because like I was like, no way, it happened again. She's like, and it was Kaz, and it was like national news, like Fox News or something.
Dude,
like that.
No way. I didn't realize it blew up
all
like
the
that.
like TikToks and like reels people posted, like blew up.
Insane.
Like the best video on their page.
No way.
Like it's wild. Like millions and millions of views.
I love it.
Yeah, so everybody saw it, and like all my like old teammates and stuff like comment like laughing about it, like it's coming from the woodwork. But yeah, we just have to laugh about it,
Yeah. All publicity is good publicity, man. I swear.
I hope so.
I mean, it's a bummer that it came from such like a frustrating moment, and obviously like not what you want to be like blowing up like that, but like being able to make light of a situation and move past it and move forward is so big.
Yeah, not going and like punching the ref in the face. Like it's not okay that I threw some but it's like you can kind of see the fun twist to it. Like
yeah, for sure.
You
just leave and do your Wim Hof exercises, and
I should have. That's what I should have done. Take a breath first.
Just chilled out a little bit. Yeah. No, it's all good. What are we at, guys? 4:05. Should we wrap this thing up?
No, dude, I want to do this forever. Let's do this. Like, can we go do like another 2 hours?
Another day. Let's do it.
We'll just keep it going forever. No, man, I'm stoked we got to do this while you were in town. I'm glad it worked out. I know you're only here for a few days.
I know we've been like when the first time you like said something about a podcast and like then you guys filmed like a test run. Like, yeah, I've been excited ever since. I'm glad it worked out. Usually these things like you kind of come to town for under a week and it kind of like you forget about it and like, but I'm glad we got time for this.
Yeah, this was huge.
I'm jazzed. I'm jazzed it worked out. I'm appreciative that you made time for it because I know you're kind of in a million directions, seeing everyone and doing your thing and hanging with the fam. So appreciate it, man. I'm excited to see what you get into next. And stoked to hang some more this summer.
Yeah, for sure.
My man's is back in the U.S.
Yeah, Kaz is back.
If you made it this far, I don't even know how far we are. Almost 2 hours deep. Thanks for watching.
Give him a promo code or something. Making this far.
Promo code?
Yeah.
What do you want the promo code to be?
Promo code Red Water Bottle.
Cast 20.
Cast 20 for KIF.
Cast 10. I can 10.
Cast 20.
Oh, we could do 10.
Cast 20.
Oh, that's cool. That's huge.
Cast 20 for KIF.
Yeah.
For anything on the KIF site, there's not much right now.
Yeah. You take all of it down when you post it.
It's literally a $2,000 tab. I don't know.
No, you put everything up 20%.
Yeah, Cast 20, dude. I'm down. Let's do promo code Cast 20 if you're watching this and you want 20% off a T-shirt or a hat.
I've seen the stuff you're coming up with, so it's good. I'm excited.
Ooh,
whoa,
pressure's building.
Okay.
Spoiler. All right, cool, man. Thanks again.
Yeah,
I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Love you, brother. And more hangs this summer. You got anything else, Bones?
More hangs this summer. Great job.
Let's
Keep
do
it
it.
fun.
Kiffin, the KIFCAST.
Oh wait,
believe we just
Jason, you
did
didn't
that.
even
Two
do
guys
the
went
like the signing off question that like is the question.
Wait, okay. Before we
Could be
leave,
like a, and then
before we leave, I gotta ask. In maybe a week, maybe a month, what? Wait, shoot. How do I usually put it?
Hey man, this is your question. That is the question
Kaz,
of the podcast.
How do you keep it fun?
Just devastated with the question.
like just in general. I need a good answer.
Yeah, anything you want, man. There's no right or wrong
Keep it
answer.
fun.
How do you keep it fun?
Positive. I keep it positive.
Ooh,
Positivity.
like
With
that.
my boys, that's it. Keep it fun. I think that's the fun thing. Just being in a good group of people, you know?
Yeah, big time.
Yeah. Being healthy.
Being healthy. Maybe a skate that day or that week.
Yeah.
maybe a new pair of shoes.
Now we're talking real fun.
Kaz is like, man, I don't want to talk about too much fun. That's getting a little too extreme here. We're talking about new shoes.
We could drop it there. Hey, man, I appreciate it again.
Thank you.
Love you.
Keep it fun.
Bye.
Bye.
Keep it funky. Bye.
KIFCAST, boy.